in outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew royalty. Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy tea time with Shebrew Royalty.
Shalom, 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 sisters. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in with your beautiful royal selves. Oh my goodness. Let's see who is here. Sister Chin. All right, girl. Oh my goodness. My beautiful island girl. Shalom, little sister. Shalom. Sister Habkarat is here as well. Shalom. Come on in. Come on in. Please, you all do me a favor. Hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's alert everyone. Let them know that we are live. We are back. It's another Sunday. Here we are. Here we are. We are back. And I am so excited once again. I am so excited. I'm always excited on Sundays. I really am, because I get to see you all virtually. I get to see you all. I get to feel that love, you know, that vibe, all of that. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful to be here. Praise the Most High. So let's do that. Well, talking about praising the Most High, that's what we do every Sunday when we come on here, right? One of the first things that we do is we give a shout out, a praise to the Almighty, AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews. I am that I am. In the name of his Son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, and the Holy Spirit, Rawach Qadash. So we give the Godhead a huge praise for bringing us back another week, you know, another Sunday after what may have been a pretty long week for some of you. It may have been a pretty short week. Nevertheless, we are here, and that's what matters. The Most High brought us through. So We give him all praise, honor, and glory for that, don't we? Who is here? Oh, Sister Zion. All right, Miss Rock Life. All praises. Shalom. All of the royal Shebrews. That's right. That is right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you all here tonight. I'm your hostess, YASHAYA, and I humbly thank you all for being here with me tonight. Who did this time change mess up? Who got messed up with this time change? I didn't even realize until, I was up and out of the house bright and early this morning that the time had changed. I just can't keep up with all that stuff. I don't know about y'all, but I just can't keep up with all that's going on. So the reason why it was important for me to know this today is because I taught a CPR class earlier this morning. So I had to get up, get ready, but my clocks they had conflicting times on there, and it didn't register to me that the time had changed until after I got out the house. Nevertheless, I was on time for everything that I needed to get done, and voila, here I am. All praises to the Most High. So welcome back. How was your week? How was your week, sisters? Talk to me. Was it a long week? Was it productive? Was it beautiful? Of course, it was blessed because you are here. No matter what the challenges are, as long as we are here, hey, the battle the battle is going to continue, right? But we're here. All praises to the Almighty. So I had mostly my week was kind of laid back. Yeah, my week was kind of laid back. I just, chilled a lot this week. What about you all? What was your week like? It was chill, but it was sort of productive at the same time. I didn't do anything over the top. So, but then I had to hustle and bustle these last couple of days to get everything in for tonight and also for earlier today with the CPR class. But I got it all done. All praises. Here I am. So before moving forward in this discussion, let's get these disclaimers out of the way. All right. So let's start with what this channel is not. Let me start by saying tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And we understand, we get it. We don't expect it to be. But if you happen upon this channel and you realize that, hey, we're not your cup of tea, that's okay. That's okay. Keep searching YouTube, and I'm quite sure that you will find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. So you owe that to yourself. So I encourage you to just keep searching YouTube until you come upon your cup of tea. What I do ask is that you not leave any derogatory statements, any insults in the comment box, because that would be distasteful. We would really appreciate it, and we thank you in advance for doing that. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant and certified functional nutrition informed professional, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcasts, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, please consult your health care practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guest, and not those of any particular church or organization. The information provided on this channel is for educational and informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. The content shared here, including videos, guides, and resources, reflect general wellness knowledge and personal experiences and should not be used as a substitute for professional medical diagnosis, treatment, or advice. Always seek the guidance of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition, diet, or wellness program. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something that you have seen or heard on this channel. Some of the videos and materials may feature foods, herbal teas, nutritional supplements, and skincare and healthcare products offered through Shebrew Royalty LLC. These products are not evaluated by the FDA and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results may vary, and individuals with allergies, underlying health conditions, or who are pregnant or nursing should consult a qualified health professional before using any product or adopting any wellness recommendation shared on this platform or the Shebrew Royalty LLC website. By watching this channel, you acknowledge and agree that you do so at your own risk. The creators, guests, and affiliates of this channel are not liable for any injury, loss, or damage allegedly arising from any information, suggestions, or practices shared on this channel. All right, so disclaimers are all out of the way. So how about ShebrewRoyalty.com? As a matter of fact, I'm going to come back to ShebrewRoyalty.com in just a few minutes. We're not going to take the tour, but we are going to drop by a couple of places tonight just to kind of peruse and see what's going on over there on the website, okay? So every week we will be featuring a product for our Shebrew Royalty Temple Treasures or Hebrew Royalty product lines. We have so many incredible organic products, and we really haven't been giving them a whole lot of justice by just kind of scrolling through the website. So we started last Sunday, and so every Sunday thereafter, we will be featuring one of these amazing products. Our featured product tonight is from our Temple Treasures collection. But before I announce our featured products, let's talk a bit about Temple Treasures. And as a matter of fact, this is when I am going to take a little stroll over to our website. Let's go check out Temple Treasures. Let's talk a little bit about it. So it says here, let's go to Temple Treasures. So this is Shebrew Royalty LLC. Notice we start here with our logo, 1 Peter 2:9. Let's go right here, or we can scroll down here. Our story, Shebrew Royalties, or Shebrew Royalties Temple Treasures. We can go right there. Let's take a stroll over here. It says your skin is your temple. We believe you should honor and treasure it with the luxury it deserves. Temple Treasures is a handcrafted, all-natural skincare line inspired by ancient beauty rituals and designed for the modern queen. Infused with powerful botanicals, rare essential oils, and nutrient-rich ingredients, our products nourish, restore, and elevate your glow. From the radiant facial scrubs to indulgent bath soaks, each formula is a sacred self-care experience because true beauty isn't just skin deep. It's a reflection of the divine within. So it's time for you to experience Temple Treasures, where skincare meets sacred ritual. So what are we talking about when we say Temple Treasures? Here we go. There are luxurious bath soaks, which are not, they're not our featured product tonight, but we're just going to scroll through. And here's a list of our bath soaks. Like I said, please come back and visit the site and see all of the wonderful, all organic products that we have here. Then we have our luxurious body butters. Oh my goodness. Wow. Talk about silky skin, and the aromas are just incredible. I'm not kidding you. I'm really not. I'm not pulling your leg. Then we'll talk about the face scrubs and body scrubs, but not tonight. Just come back to this site and check them out, okay? So we have the Melanin Majesty facial scrub and we have the Royal Glow facial scrub. Then here are our body scrubs, the melanated sugar and spice. Here are our hair oils. And once again, this is not our featured product for the night. Crown and Roots Locks Elixir. And we have hair butter. We even have hair butter, sisters. Crown and Coil, nourishing hair butters. If you haven't tried this hair butter yet, I encourage you to do so. Then here we have a body oil. This body oil is the Royal Muscle Recovery Oil. And this has a dual purpose. It's not just on the Temple Treasures line, it's also on the Hebrew Royalty product line as well. So what is our featured product tonight? What are we talking about? It's something simple. It's our lip balm. Mint Essence Lip Balm, right? It says here, lip balms are a vital part of any beauty and self-care regimen because they provide essential hydration, protection, and nourishment for the delicate skin on our lips. Unlike the rest of our skin, lips lack oil glands. Did you know that? Making them more susceptible to dryness, cracking, and environmental damage. We're going into the cold weather, sis, where people get chapped lips really easily because of the cold. You are going to need this Mint Essence Lip Balm. Our high-quality lip balm acts as a barrier, sealing in moisture while shielding lips from harsh weather, pollutants, and sun exposure. Lip care is just as important as skin care. So what are the ingredients? What are the ingredients? Well, first of all, the purpose is it acts, like we said, it acts as a barrier to shield your lips from the harsh weather, from pollutants, and sun exposure. Ingredients are beeswax pellets, shea butter, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, and vitamin E oil. And the essential oil is peppermint, so hence Mint Essence Lip Balm. And I am telling you, it is super, super luxurious. It makes your lips shine, and they just feel good. How else do I describe that? Right? Not chapped, not cracked, but really soft and supple. So let's go over to the store. Let's take a look and see what this lip balm looks like here. Let's jump over here. Let's go to, here we are. Let's go to Temple Treasures. We're there on Temple Treasures. And here are our lip balms. And I am wearing the Mint Essence Lip Balm as we speak. Here we go. And I'm telling you, this 1 ounce container, you'll run out of lips before you, if there's such a thing, before you run out of this lip balm. It's, oh my goodness. You just need just a little bit on your lips. You don't need to, pour it on there. And it lasts a long time. It does not dry out and keeps your lips nice and soft and shiny. So this is our Mint Essence Lip Balm. It goes for $15, but like I said, that $15 goes a mighty long way. A mighty long way. So this is our featured product for tonight. If you have not tried our Mint Essence Lip Balm, it is time to do so. It has a minty flavor, and look at all of the ingredients that are in there. The beeswax pellets, the shea butter, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, and vitamin E oil. You're going to want this, especially with the weather that is coming. The weather that is coming. It's going to get cold pretty soon. All right, sisters. So that is our featured product for the night. How many of you have tried our Mint Essence Lip Balm? Who's tried our Mint Essence Lip Balm? Let's see. I'm back. Let me scroll here. Did I miss some things? Did I miss some? Let's see. All praises to the Most High God. AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH. That was Sister Zion. And then Sister Habkarad said her week was very productive. All praises to the Most High. Yes. Sister Zion says her week was interesting. Always a spiritual learning experience. Yes. I agree with that, sis. I agree with that. And poetic, etc. 997. Poetic, etc. Please let me know who you are. Drop your name in here. Let me refer to you by a name. Shalom says Shalom. And coconut water. Who is coconut water? Oh my goodness. Sisters, come on in. We've got coconut water. We've got poetic, etc. That's what I'm talking about. Sister Habkarad says, sis, I was telling you about my left side of my hair would not curl. I used your roots locks elixir and well, my curls are back. They need more attention, but I'm so happy. All praises to the Most High. You have some incredible, sis, you have some incredible praise reports, some incredible testimonials about these products. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to make you my poster girl. Because you have the most incredible, I mean, these products are really loving you and you're really loving them. Sister Habkarad said, I had mine for about 4 to 5 months and there's still so much left of the lip balm, correct? Yes, sis, that stuff just never runs out. It's like the fish and loaves that just, fed a multitude. Oh my goodness. Sister Phyllis Robinson, Shalom, sis. Good to see you. Oh, the water, sis. All praises to the Most High, the water. Oh, Sister Natalia, is coconut water. That's right, sis. That's right. I have to get accustomed to your name, coconut water. Khan, I got it now. All praises. Good to see you, sis. Shalom. Sister Zion says, yes, amazing. Best lip balm, nice shine, coupled with amazing moisturizing properties, lipalicious. I like that term. I'm going to steal that, sis. Lipalicious. That is, okay. Okay, I like that. All praises. Sister Habkarad say they are true statements. All praises is the water. All praises. So yes. So sisters, what is your cup of tea tonight? Talk to me. I know you're all in a relaxed state of mind. It's perfect time to just sip some tea. So what is your cup of tea? Or maybe you're having coconut water. Who knows? Sister Natalia, are you having coconut water tonight? I know you're sipping something good, something healthy, something tasty. What is it? Talk to me. Let me in. Let me in on the scoop. We're not going to spill any tea because tea is much too precious to spill. So we're just going to sip tea here on Shebrew Royalty. Tea time with Shebrew Royalty is for sipping tea, not spilling tea. We don't do that. So my cup of tea tonight is another luxury, just a luxurious royal tea from Shebrew Royal Tea. And this is Sacred Calm. Sacred Calm. And Sacred Calm it has that amber color. It's a little bit more amber because I added, of course, a little bit of honey in here. So the honey made it just a slight bit more amber colored. But once again, it depends on how much of the loose leaves you put in here to steep, right? For me, I don't need a lot. 1.5 to 2 teaspoons is plenty enough for my cup of tea. Sister Zion says she's having elderberry juice. Yum. Okay. It's elderberry season, by the way, because I already started thinking yesterday it's time for me to start making my elderberry syrup, because we're going into like cold and flu seasons. We have to really get these antioxidants in, start, boosting our immunity even more. And elderberries are one of the best things that you can do during this time of year. Yummy. Yes, that Sacred Calm is so good. The water says, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So let's, I've got a little video here, another little video. We don't get to see much of the tea. By the way, this video was created by my granddaughter. That's on here. We've got the Hebrew Royal Tea. She was just doing a little preview of some of my teas. There we go. Just a little preview of some of the teas. But let's talk about Sacred Calm. So this is a fragrant blend, and it's more than just a beverage. It's practically a wellness ritual. Whether you're starting your day with intention, winding down from stress, that's why it's called Sacred Calm, or seeking a sacred space for reflection. Sacred Calm nourishes your body, heart, and spirit. So we have our ingredients. It's hand-blended bouquet of calming herbs. We have chamomile flowers, lemon balm, lavender buds, passion flower, spearmint. Once upon a time, I really loved peppermint, which I still do. And I really didn't like spearmint as much, but I'm telling you, spearmint is taking off for me. It's really becoming one of my favorite herbs right now. It's so smooth and so delicious, and it's so aromatic. I love spearmint. I don't know what I was doing years ago, why I really wasn't into spearmint, but I'm into spearmint now so much. Holy basil or tulsi and rose petals. These are all organic, no additives, just the earth's medicine, and prepared with love and reverence. So what do these herbs do? The chamomile flowers, we know, is calming. It calms the nervous system. It's good for nervous system support. The lemon balm is more uplifting, and it soothes digestion. The lavender buds, floral, and it eases mental tension. Passion flower is an anti-anxiety herb that just relaxes you, reduces overthinking. Sometimes I definitely need that. And the spearmint is just sweet and cooling, and it also settles the stomach. The holy basil or Tulsi is stress. It's a stress reducing adaptogen, and the rose petals, of course, are emotional support. It's really good for the heart, for opening the heart. So how do you brew this tea? You steep 1 to 1.5 teaspoons. You don't need a lot of these herbs. You don't need a lot of this loose tea. In 8 ounces of water for 5 to 10 minutes. And then just sip. Just sip. For me, I add a little bit of honey. You may want to add maybe some date syrup. Those are 2 good choices. Or just drink it without any sweetener. It's still pretty darn delicious. So this tea is not only healthy and nutritious, but it's extremely aromatic and it's just delicious. So head on over back to ShebrewRoyalty.com, ShebrewRoyalty.com/royal-teas. And we can just take another hop, skip, and a jump over there again. Another hop, skip, and jump. Head right on over here to the royalties. Shebrew royalties. Here we go. And you just scroll down. There's a Shebrew royalty, which was our last week's tea. The Hebrew royalty, the femininity, the masculinity, and the sacred calm. There it is, $30, and it's an 8-ounce container. And trust me, you're going to get probably 20 servings out of that. And let's head over to the store and check out our royalties over there. Just head over here, click on royalties. There we go. And just scroll down. Sacred Calm. Our packaging is different than this mock-up. But here we go. These are, the ingredients are on the back. There we go, by Shebrew Royalty. And I'll show you what our containers look like here. Give me just a second. So hopefully you can see these are our containers, 8 ounces. Gold container with that purple label. They're quite cute, I must say. They are quite cute. So sisters, talk to me. Let's see. What are you talking about over here? Let's see. Yummy. That Sacred Calm is so good. Yes. Sis, you said something. Nice job. Nice job. Miss Layla. Oh, Miss Layla. Yes, she did a nice job, didn't she? She is actually managing my Instagram. Yes, that's my girl. She is over there. She's such a hard worker. Sometimes I'm hearing these little pop up on my phone, these, bells on my phone, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. This young lady is up posting things. Sending me samples of what she's going to post on the Instagram and all of that. And wow, yeah, she's a hard worker. So she's doing very well. All praises to the Most High. Sister Zahn said, "You love spearmint." Yeah, I have become very fond of of spearmint. So sisters, once again, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell. And once again, same great news, but I have to keep reminding you all, our Instagram page is up, like I just mentioned. I have outsourced that to my granddaughter. She is doing a marvelous job, and I just thank her. But once again, it's new. It's only, I think, 2 weeks old. It's an infant. It's in its infancy stage right now. So be patient with us and just help us to grow. Help our baby here to grow. All right. It's at Shebrew Royalty LLC. Be sure to put the LLC behind it. Okay. All right, sisters. All right. We are moving right along tonight. Who was here for last week's show? Who was here for last week's show? Matter of fact, if you were, put a 1 in the comment box. And if you were not, if you missed it, put a 2 in the comment box. Whether you were here last week for last week's show, 1 if you were, 2 if you missed last week's show. We need to talk. We need to have a conversation. 1. All right. Sister Natalia was here. Yes. Sister Zion was here last week. All praises. So you all what did you all think about that show? So as I mentioned last week, once a month here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we will be honoring a medical superhero, a Black pioneer whose brilliance, courage, and innovation helped shape the fields of medicine and holistic wellness as we know them today. Sister Chin Island Vibes, no, you were not. Have you had the opportunity, Sister Chin, to go back and check out the video? Yes, you did. Yes, you did, because you commented on it. Khan, yes, you did. Sister Habkarad was here. Yes. So the series is designed to restore what history attempted to erase. The truth that African Americans have been architects of healing, not just recipients of care. By remembering their contributions, we reclaim legacy, we reclaim dignity, and we pass forward the wisdom of those who paved the way for our wellness today. And this is so personal to me. This series is I'm so excited to do this series because having been in healthcare for as long as I have in multiple areas of healthcare, and to learn that there are so many things that have been hidden from us, so many things that we haven't been told, where faces of the inventors, the faces of the innovators never look like us, right? And so now so many things are being exposed, and I am so excited to be one of those that will be exposing this truth. So I'm really excited about this series. And like I said, once a month, we are going to give kudos to our Black medical heroes. Sister Zion says, very informational concerning our history of doing great things and not getting the notoriety. You're right, sis. You're right. It's time. It really is time. But all things done or covered up in the dark must come to light. It must come to light. And so here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we're going to be doing some of that exposure. So yeah, last week's show, the Black medical superheroes, Freedom House, the first responders that changed everything. It was so very inspirational for me. I learned so very much, and I hope that you did too. And from the sounds of things, you really did. So I'm really excited about this series and can't wait to see what superhero we will unveil this month. Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. See who we are going to unveil this month. So that being said, and without further ado, it's showtime, and not at the Apollo, but right here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. For those of you that may just be tuning in or joining us for the first time, shalom and welcome back to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, where ancient wisdom flows into modern wellness. I'm your hostess, YASHAYA, a licensed physician assistant, certified functional nutrition informed professional, and most definitely an advocate for sacred self-care. Today we are weaving a conversation that goes deeper than fashion. We're talking about the very fabrics that touch our skin and how they affect our health, energy, and even our spiritual alignment. Imagine that. So I really can't take credit for the topic tonight. You know, I was sitting down with Sister Zion, and I was telling her, oh my goodness, this was Friday night. I told her, I said, you know, I have a topic for Sunday, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to talk on that topic. You know, I'm praying about it. I prayed about it, and I'm not quite sure. And so I told her it's about salt. And the topic was to be salt of the earth. Right? So we talked about that, and then we moved on to other conversation. And shortly after that, I said, do you think that Elder is on right now? Because, you know, Elder comes on Friday night. And I went to my phone, and it had popped up. It had popped up that Elder was on, and the topic was salt. It was about salt. I mean, it had to have been maybe 10 minutes before that when I was talking to Sister Zion and saying, I'm not quite sure, but the topic that I came up with is salt of the earth. Only 10 minutes later, to check my phone, and it popped up that on YouTube right now, Elder is on, and he's speaking on salt. I said, well, there it is. I'm not speaking about salt on Sunday. Elder's got that, and I know he's going to do an amazing job talking about salt. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? And he went deep into, he went into the history of salt. I mean, I would not have given salt justice at all after seeing what Elder did with that topic, how he just delved in, and he gave so much information about salt. So that, you know, I prayed about it, and the Holy Spirit gave me the answer. No, you are not speaking. You are not going to talk about salt, because I have someone else that knows salt for real that will be speaking on that topic. So all praises to the Most High. I thought that was just so incredible. So in saying that, so then once that came up, I told Sister Zion, well, I'm not talking about salt on Sunday. So now I really don't know what I'm going to talk about. And she sat there, and she kind of just, I could tell the wheels were turning. And she said, well, why don't you just talk about our clothing and all of the stuff that, you know, basically that we're dealing with our clothing. And I said, voila, that is definitely a great idea. So the water, thank you, Sister Zion, for sparking this. And after she left, I got on this computer and I just started doing research, because, you know, we've heard so much about the toxicity in the fibers, the fabrics that we're using. But, you know, I thought this was such a very, very important and timely topic. And so once again, Thanks, Sister Zion, for the topic tonight. So tonight we're talking about the fabric of truth, why what you wear matters. So your clothes aren't just fashion. Believe it or not, they are frequency. In this episode of Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty, we're going to expose the hidden toxins in modern fabrics and reveal why the Most High instructed us to wear pure fibers like linen, cotton, wool, and silk. We'll discover how blended and synthetic materials disrupt the body, the spirit, and your alignment with the Most High. We never think about it that way, do we? So this show tonight is not about your cute head wraps, your modest, regal attire. We're going to go really deep tonight. We're going deeper because it doesn't matter how cute the head wrap is and how modest your dress. If your head and body is wrapped in toxic fabric, the purpose has been defeated. So tonight we're talking about the fabric of truth, why what you wear matters. How do we get around this? How do we get around this? Let's talk about that. So, our skin isn't just a covering. It's a living, breathing organ that absorbs what we put on it. Just like the food we eat affects our internal health, the fabrics we wear influence our body's natural energy and detoxification. Modern clothing often contains synthetic fibers like polyester, nylon, spandex, acrylic, and rayon. None of these things were ever mentioned in ancient history. You cannot pick up an ancient book, such as the Bible, and read about anyone wearing polyester, nylon, spandex, acrylic, or rayon. It didn't exist, right? These materials are derived from petrochemicals. These fabrics are essentially plastic-based. When worn, they trap heat and toxins. They disrupt your skin's ability to breathe and can cause rashes, hormonal imbalances, and even chronic fatigue due to electrostatic buildup on the skin. Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought of that? And even in the summertime, when you're wearing these plastic, imagine wrapping yourself in saran wrap and going out and start running in saran wrap or rubber suit or what have you. Do you think you'll overheat? We have pores, and the pores allow us to sweat. They allow our skin to breathe. And imagine suffocating those pores with plastic. You're going to overheat. You're going to pass out. Eventually, you're going to dehydrate. So research shows that synthetic fabrics can interfere with your body's bioelectric field, blocking the natural flow of energy that supports healing and vitality. Let's talk about the bioelectric fields. I'm going to put this on the screen right here so you'll know what we're talking about. So the bioelectric fields is the body's subtle energy system, and it consists of energy pathways from our brain, spinal cord, nerves, and nerve endings. The nerve endings emit nerve signals or energy. This bioelectric field is our own body's scalar energy. It is the body's first line of defense against electromagnetic waves, the 5Gs, the chemtrails, all of that, bacteria, fungi, and viruses that attacks our cells. So it is important that our bioelectric field is not being blocked, right? So if these synthetic fibers are interfering with the bioelectric field, guess what? None of this works. So this is deeper than you imagined, I'm sure, because we knew about the toxicity. We knew about the chemicals that are being put on these fabrics, but how deep have we gone into any research about how they really affect us, how these fibers, these fabrics, so-called fabrics, affect us? So let's talk about the toxins. Let's talk about the toxins. Many fabrics today are treated with formaldehyde, which is for wrinkle resistance. That's what they tell you. They're also made with flame retardants, and these flame retardants disrupt your hormones. The PFAS, or forever chemicals, supposedly they're for stain resistance. And then there's dyes and bleaches that contain heavy metals. So every time we wash our clothes, our plastic clothes, that's treated with formaldehyde, flame retardant, forever chemicals, dyes, and bleaches into the water, we're washing these fabrics, these clothing that releases microplastics into the water and ultimately back into our environment. We wear these toxins daily. They cling to our skin and seep into our bloodstream. Remember, the skin is the largest organ of the body. So if you're going to attack someone, why not go for the largest organ, right? So is this beginning to make sense? Is this beginning to make sense to you? Why not dress it up, have it look good, and oh yeah, you're going to look really cute in that, not realizing that these chemicals are seeping into your bloodstream and causing havoc. So many of us are having issues with hormonal imbalances. We're having thyroid problems, so many rashes and allergies, and wondering why, what have I come in contact with? Not realizing that we're wearing it all day. Then we get out of this, we take a shower, we put on our night clothes, which contains the same forever chemicals, the same dyes and bleaches, the same flame retardants, the same formaldehyde, and then we go to sleep. And sometimes we sweat. And we're rubbing, we're on the sheets all night, moving back and forth and rubbing all of this stuff onto our skin and into our bloodstream. This is not good. So I want to show this video. It's a video documentary, and this is called "How Toxic Are My Clothes" by Wilson Oriema. So we'll delve deeper, into the toxic fabric cesspool where we shop for what we believe are proper clothing. We're going to go into this documentary, and I promise, after watching this documentary, you won't look at your clothes the same ever again. It's just going to make you want to do some things to your clothes. Let's watch this documentary. It's called "How Toxic Are My Clothes?" and this is by Wilson Oriema.
People from a form of Today, fashion is many things for many people. from a form of expression to an easy way of assimilating and fitting into society. This industry has supported many societal shifts and will continue to do so for the foreseeable future. And as the global population grows, so does the desire for more clothes. In order to meet this demand, which it also had a hand in creating, the fashion industry has been forced to grow quickly, leading to many innovative creations that we benefit from today. While this has produced gains for many parties involved, the speed at which it has occurred has led to many issues across the supply chain, which are only now being addressed. From issues of waste to overproduction, poor working conditions, and more. One other, which is also beginning to be addressed but not yet mainstream, is chemicals in clothing and their effects on the wearer. So, in this short documentary, we will go on a journey together looking at the chemicals which are used in the production of clothes and their effects on the human body. Let's begin. Humans have been around for a very long time, the origins of which can at least be traced to several million years ago. Although we're not exactly sure when, at some point in our existence, we began to cover ourselves with additional layers. Whether that be for social reasons, protection, or just because we could. Some argue it began in the Garden of Eden with ample-sized leaves. Others claim hunter-gatherers made use of the hide from animals they had slain. Regardless of when and how it began, much has changed over time in our relationship with clothing, which has primarily been spurred on by human ingenuity through the invention of such items as sewing needles, which can be traced back 50,000 years, or to the dyeing of wild flax fibers almost 40,000 years ago, and various other examples. Now, although the use of these items in clothing production at that time is speculative, it is still highly likely this was the case of use. Anyway, over the last 10,000 years, we've acquired many skills that have improved the quantity and quality of materials produced. From agriculture and the cultivation of flax,
educational purposes
hemp,
only,
and cotton plants, to the domestication and selective breeding of certain animals, from silkworms to sheep with woolly fleece, as well as cattle and pigs for leather, alongside much more. These innovations, of course, led to much prosperity and trade across Europe, Asia, and Africa over the last few thousand years. Also, as time went on, we saw an improvement in the quality of the tools used to make clothes through the first and second industrial revolution, bringing us machinery which could harness water, steam, and electric power to create a large quantity of clothes much faster than humans ever could. The unofficially titled Third Industrial Revolution, which occurred midway through the 1900s, brought us information technology and data analysis, then allowing for increased efficiency and production across continents, enabling brands to grow and become the multinational giants of fashion you see today. Of course, we could go on, but we're not here for that today. So the question is, when did the chemicals get involved? So, you may be wondering, when we say chemicals, what do we mean? As we all know, pretty much every substance on this planet can be classified as a chemical. From water to steam, gold, iron, and even sugar. But in this case, we are referring to industrially produced chemical substances made in a laboratory or through some kind of industrial process. At the time of making this documentary, it is estimated there are around 8,000 different chemicals used by the fashion industry for all kinds of reasons. As fashion process. At the time of making this documentary, it is estimated there are around 8,000 different chemicals used by the fashion industry for all kinds of reasons. As fashion and its methods of production were mechanized, it led to incredible growth,
You know what?
but also a lot more risk at every level, as any small
I was on.
made in a laboratory or through on this planet can.
I was on mute when I was speaking there. I was saying this documentary was made about 5 years ago. So imagine how much more in these past 5 years.
Be classified as a chemical, from water to steam, gold, iron, and even sugar. But in this case, we are referring to industrially produced chemical substances made in a laboratory or through some kind of industrial process. At the time of making this documentary, it is estimated there are around 8,000 different chemicals used by the fashion industry for all kinds of reasons. As fashion and its methods of production were mechanized, it led to incredible growth, but also a lot more risk at every level, as any small mistake or mishap could mean massive losses. Thinking of clothes made from plant fibers such as cotton, this process starts out on a farm where you immediately have to protect against potential crop loss from various things, whether that may be bugs, disease, weeds, or even poor weather conditions. This has led to many innovations in agriculture, from weed killers to pesticides which protect against bugs and disease, and other chemicals which either facilitate plant growth or prevent them not growing. All different chemicals which were created at different times to help solve one problem or another, when at the time it seemed there were no other options for how to protect the crop. From the farm, or wherever the materials are sourced from, we move to the textile factories. These are where raw materials of all kinds such as cotton, wool, flax, and others are put through various processes and exposed to various highly toxic chemicals to be prepared for garment factories, where they are cut and sewn into wearable items of clothing. Often, these are in the same place. Anyway, the processes will vary depending on the type of material and what the intended use will be. This can include anything from bleaching for stain removal and whitening purposes, exposure to formaldehyde to make an item wrinkle-free and non-shrinkable. PFCs or perfluorinated compounds can be used to create coatings which can enable water and stain resistance. Brominated flame retardants do as described and will prevent clothes burning, or at least make them less flammable. And then you have heavy metals for dyeing, ammonia for shrink resistance, and so many more chemicals which can and will be used on these fabrics to ideally protect them and yourself. But of course, that isn't always the case, as we will find out later. For now, let's stay with materials, as it's not just that industrial chemicals are added to fabrics. In some cases, they are solely made from them. Let's look at the fossil fuel petroleum. The sourcing and use of petroleum has made many aspects of our life easier, from kerosene lamps to fuels to asphalt and even plastics. as well as the lesser-known synthetic fibers. Synthetic fibers are fibers that have been produced by humans via chemical synthesis. The first appearance occurred in the late 1800s, and soon after the first commercially viable version was produced in rayon. Although that wasn't truly synthetic as it was made from wood. It then took around 40 years for the first true synthetic to appear, which was nylon. Initially set for military use, it was eyed as an alternate parachute and rope material, just in time for World War II. However, it gained popularity as women's stockings, and the rest is history. Since then, there have been many synthetic fibers introduced to the market, including polyester, acrylic, spandex, and more. These materials dominate the fashion market, as it is now estimated that 60% of all material that is used to make our clothes are made from synthetic fibers. And pretty much all of them have a considerable amount of toxic chemicals in them. But these aren't simply things you can wash away from the garment or coat with a protective layer, as they are what essentially makes them. So far, we've spoken much about chemicals in fashion, but little of their effects. I assume many of you are wondering if there is even an issue here, especially if we've been wearing these chemical-laden clothes for years and are seemingly fine. Is there really any effect we should be conscious of? Yes, you should. First, let's talk about the human body. The human body, like most things on this planet, is a lump of mass composed of a number of chemical elements combined in various ways, and due to the way things have formed, these have led to cells which have reproduced and formed us muscles, bones, organs, blood, a nervous system, and more, which are covered and partly protected by our skin, which is the largest organ we have. However, although it may seem so, none of these are static. The cells in our body are constantly changing, being born, producing new cells, and then dying. During this process, driving countless processes in the body to occur, from pH regulation to food digestion, movement, breathing, and every other action our bodies produce. It is said that we essentially become new people every 7 to 10 years, as every cell in our body would have been replaced by a completely new cell in that time. So, you can imagine there are lots of different chemical reactions happening at any given time in the body. One of the more recent estimates places the number close to 37,000 billion chemical reactions in the body per second. Just to clarify how big that number is, that would be 21 zeros after the number 37. But these aren't isolated reactions. The chemicals in our bodies and how they react can also be influenced by foreign substances, such as drugs or food, and depending on what you consume and how much of it, the effects will vary. However, this isn't limited simply to that which goes through your mouth. It is also everything in contact with your skin. As we touched on earlier, the skin is the largest organ on the body. It protects us and also allows for the absorption of vital minerals and nutrients, like vitamin D from the sun. However, because of its porousness, the skin absorbs everything it comes into contact with, and the rate increases the hotter your body is. So when you are wearing a synthetic garment directly on your skin, and it's causing your body temperature to increase, it's also increasing the likelihood and the amount of microfibers released from your garment to be absorbed into your body. These are the same petroleum-based microfibers which are being released into water systems and the wider oceans through your washing machine, and causing untold amounts of ecological damage. But the main focus here isn't the clogging of pipes. It is in fact the dangers we are exposed to by absorbing the chemical-ridden fibers into our bodies. So, even from the chemicals mentioned earlier used on farms and in textile factories, there are an assortment of risks that the farmers and factory workers are exposed to by purely being in proximity of these substances. There has been much evidence from herbicides and their carcinogenic potential, brominated flame retardants being bioaccumulative, adding to your chemical body burden, and being endocrine disruptors affecting your hormonal systems. Then you have chlorine bleach leading to asthma and other respiratory problems, and also heavy metals causing DNA and reproductive issues alongside damaging your liver and kidneys, and so much more. So you don't have to try too hard to imagine what types of problems can occur once you have these clothes on your body for a prolonged period of time. Either way, here are some examples. Contact dermatitis is a type of eczema or skin rash which affects the body. Causes can be from anything produced with industrial chemicals, from soaps to chlorinated waters. But the amount of cases has sharply increased with the advent of textiles laden with synthetic dyes. In particular, ones that include formaldehyde as an ingredient, which is sometimes used to bond dye colors to fabrics. Take for example a 2007 report from the medical journal Dermatitis, which outlined a situation where a pediatrician suffered a severe widespread case of dermatitis from being in contact with formaldehyde textile resins from her hospital scrubs and masks. Now, although before and since then, many countries have identified it as a known carcinogen and lowered the maximum concentration allowed in all products, not just garments, the parting message from the co-authors still rings true. They said, despite a trend for reduction in the concentration of free formaldehyde in textiles, formaldehyde textile resin allergic contact dermatitis remains an important clinical issue and likely underdiagnosed, which could also be due to patch testing of the fabric, often leading to false negative results. In 2006, the US military banned the use of synthetic clothing for soldiers off base stationed in Iraq. For clothing that is lauded for its ability to keep wearers cool, it has a worryingly low melting point, which led to more than a few burns for people stationed in warmer climates. One report in particular revealed a patient admitted to a hospital as a result of the armored vehicle he was in being struck by an improvised bomb, leading to 70% of his body suffering severe burns. However, the severity of his injuries was sharply increased by the polyester shirt he was wearing, which melted into his skin, which also exposed him to toxic risk from the chemicals being released from his clothes. And there are many other stories just like that, so much so that around the same time the military had rolled out a similar ban for personnel in aviation, fuel tank transport, and other areas which had potential of being exposed to high heat. However, outside of the military, how much attention is this given for other industries which come into contact with high heat on a regular basis? As you can expect, even since then, the answer to that question is not much. Even beyond that, the attention to chemical-laden garments in general is still pretty lackadaisical, as we've seen various airlines in the last decade have been sued by in-flight staff over problems with their uniforms leading to illness and injury. Although it can feel like there is no way to escape chemical clothing, I should say not all industrial chemicals are extremely bad, and there are some which have been made and proven to be non-toxic. However, for the same reason it is advised babies play with non-toxic toys and wear non-chemical clothing, it can be applied to adults. That a large number of the chemicals used in manufacturing still pose a great risk, and those seem to never leave the garments, as many tests show after numerous washes, the chemicals found will not essentially lower in quantity. So I'm sure there are many who would be happy to know there are many alternatives available. The easiest would be to wear nothing at all. But there are also a lot of natural fibers you can wear. These include cotton, flax, which is used to make linen, hemp, silk, wool, mohair, alpaca, cashmere, and more. The key is to make sure, if it is a plant product, it's grown organically. Also, for all the aforementioned materials, that they come from a source free of toxic chemical products, which isn't always shown on the labels, and at times even the labels are made with chemicals. However, researching into the brand should be able to tell you enough about what you need to know, as well as speaking to a dermatologist for further advice. Aside from that, most of you will also be happy to know that a lot is being done to reduce the presence of toxic chemicals in the fashion industry. From organic materials becoming more prevalent, to the known dangerous chemicals having their previous acceptable amounts used lessened by some governments. Even as an industry, there have been some collective efforts to reduce and effectively ban the uses of certain chemicals. Whether you look at groups like the Global Organic Textile Standard or the Level Working Group, who are both centered around reducing the environmental impact of materials. You also have the Zero Discharge of Hazardous Chemicals Foundation, or ZDHC for short. They have some of the largest retailers and manufacturers in fashion partnered with a pledge to remove all hazardous chemicals from their supply chain by 2020, which hasn't been reached in totality. However, great efforts have been made and more will be done, which is promising. So, with all that said, and so much more which hasn't been, it's apparent we have an excessive chemical use issue in the textiles and fashion industry, and our understanding of its impact on humans is only now scratching the surface, as we have yet to isolate and see the complete long-term effects. However, we know there are increased rates of cancers and other maladies that can partly be attributed to it. So, as more and more research is done in this space, we will update you. The follow-up documentary will be released sometime in 2021. In the meantime, you can visit the website howtoxicaremyclothes.com to find out more about everything mentioned in this documentary and an additional encyclopedia and suggested reading. For any additional questions, you will also be able to contact us through that site. However, for now, we bid you farewell.
Wow, wasn't that an eye-opener? Wasn't that an eye-opener? Sister Paula says you can't make this stuff up. Oh, Sister Habkarad, your thyroid. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, we really can't make this stuff up, sis. For real. We can't. But that website, I attempted to go to that website for their follow-up, and the website is down. So I don't know. I don't know if they were exposing too much and what happened there, but the website is, you can't reach it anymore. So I don't even know if they did the follow-up documentary. I couldn't find it. So this isn't just a physical issue. It really is a spiritual issue as well, because when our clothing is made from these unnatural sources, it's harder to stay grounded and connected to the earth, right? That's why a few shows back, we talked about grounding. We talked about going outside and walking barefoot, connecting to the earth. And this is one of the reasons why we need to do that, because all of these chemicals that's really disrupting our bioelectrical fields that we talked about earlier, we're not grounded. We have to really get grounded. But what good does that do if we're going to go out there and ground in the same clothing, wearing the same fabric that's causing us to be disconnected in the first place? Well, hello, Miss Green Edge. How are you? How are you, my dear? Good to see you, Miss Veronica. Hello to you. Yes, Sister Paula said that was a lot of exposure. Yes, they did expose a lot. So yeah, it's harder to stay grounded and connected to the earth, and that's the very same natural elements that the Most High created us from, right? We were created from this earth, from the dirt, and it's these chemicals. They're disrupting that connection that we have, or that, should I say, that we're supposed to have. So, you know, in the scriptures, it talks about that we're not supposed to wear garments of diverse sorts, that we're not supposed to mix different fabrics together, right? Such as wool and linen together. We're not supposed to do that. And this commandment, I mean, it's not arbitrary. It's, of course, divine wisdom. The Most High is the one that designed each of the natural fibers. He designed the linen, the wool, the cotton, silk, with, believe it or not, unique energetic and healing properties. Linen is known for its high vibrational frequency. It helps balance the body's energy field, and promotes calmness. Wool carries warmth and grounding energy, shielding the body from harmful frequencies. Cotton allows the skin to breathe, absorb toxins, and support natural detoxification. And then there's silk. Silk was created by a living creature, the silkworms, which holds protective energy and natural antimicrobial qualities. So when they're worn in their pure form, these materials harmonize with the body. But when we mix them, especially when you mix linen with wool, the frequencies cancel each other out, creating energetic discord. So when we read these things in the Bible, so many times we don't understand, well, why is that? Well, that doesn't make any sense. But now we're seeing from the scientific standpoint, from the physical standpoint, how much sense that makes. Sister Veronica says, I'm doing well. All praises to the Most High, sis. I'm so glad to hear that. So here's an article. This article is about linen, and it's really going to blow your minds. After reading this article, we will understand why the Most High gave us these commandments about what fabrics should adorn our temples and what fabrics shouldn't, and why. So I'm actually going to drop the link for this article in the chat box so you all can download it and follow along with me. And so you can share it with others as well, because once again, when you read this article, you're going to understand why we need to follow the laws. We need to really follow the laws, because this is so important. what we're doing is not working. We're killing ourselves. As my mother used to say, we're killing ourselves to save our lives, and it's just not working. Let me see. I'm going to put this up on the screen as well for those that may not be able to download it. This article says, The Miraculous Fabric, How Linen Raises Your Body's Frequency for Better Health. Says linen is known for exceptional vibrational quality and called as a super fabric. Who knew that? It's called a super fabric. It holds the highest frequency among fabrics, 5,000. This unique attribute renders linen capable of harmonizing the wearer's energy field, amplifying positive intentions and promoting a state of elevated consciousness. Well, we're not going into the consciousness, but it definitely just, it grounds you. Let me put it that way. Linen remains a top choice among for sustainable fabric options, especially for bedding. This fabric is crafted from the flax plant's fibers. Linen is often hailed as the healing fabric or the go-to fabric for a health-conscious lifestyle. And there are several reasons for this reputation that we will go into below. There's scientific evidence supporting the linen's ability to aid in various forms of healing. Historically, its healing attributes were recognized as evidenced by its use in making bandages. Linen naturally contains a range of bacteria and fungi, and flax have proven to be an effective shield against certain illnesses. Linen was the material of choice for hospital sheets, celebrated for its superior healing qualities and its ability to protect against infections. Elevated frequency. Linen emits a remarkable light frequency unmatched by other fabrics. Derived from the flax plant, linen has been historically recognized for its healing properties. In fact, hospitals in the early 1900s used linen sheets due to their ability to expedite healing, reduce pain, and aid in wound recovery. Some patients were wrapped in linen overnight and experienced profound health improvements. Why did we stop doing this? Why did we stop doing this? Interpreting fabric's vibration charts, understanding the advantage of linen involves consulting, this light, give me just a second, involves consulting fabric vibration charts. These charts quantify vibrations and angistromes, a measure of vital energy. Linen, wool, cashmere, 5,000 angstroms. Look at the numbers. Hemp, no exact measurement known for its significant vibrational qualities, yet below linen. So hemp comes right under linen. Organic or unbleached cotton, 100 angstroms. Dyed or bleached cotton, 40. So we've gone all the way from 5,000 now to 40. Leather, 30 angstroms. Silk and bamboo, 15 angstroms. Synthetic fabrics such as polyester, nylon, spandex, lycra, viscose, polyurethane, acrylic, and rayon, 0. Zero. Has no, zero nutritional value there. Okay? Nothing. So what does that tell you? It says, important note, when wool and linen are mixed together, their frequencies cancel each other out, fall into zero. So once again, although they both have really good healing properties, stand alone, when you mix them together, they're no good. They cancel each other out. Even wearing a wool sweater on top of a linen outfit can collapse the electrical field due to the energetic incompatibility. See, the Most High knew what he knows what he's doing. Come on, y'all. Why don't we ever listen? Why don't we ever listen to wisdom? It says, or a mini crash course in physics, specifically wave mechanics and linen. Scroll to the bottom of this blog. So there's some valuable information at the bottom of this blog. It says, understanding fabric vibrations and human frequency. Grasping fabric vibrations begin with the concept of human frequency. Nobel Prize recipient Dr. Otto Warburg found healthy adult frequencies range from 70 to 90. Frequencies under 50 correlate with chronic illness, and life-threatening conditions manifest frequencies below 15. This knowledge allows us to comprehend how fabric vibrations can influence our own. Wearing synthetic fabrics wraps us in vibrations lower than those found in individuals battling cancer. Isn't that horrible? We are really killing ourselves by wearing these clothes. Insights into fabric vibrations. Dr. Heidi Crawford Yellen's 2003 fabric vibration study offers in-depth understanding utilizing AHAYAH and Vitreon machine to highlight fabric's high vibrational attributes. Initially designed for agricultural analysis, Bob Graham repurposed it to detect disease frequencies, aiding recovery. Tachyon energy and alternative healing. Dr. Philip Callahan's flax cloth experiments revealed linen's capacity to harness tachyon energy, known for its healing acceleration. Tachyon energy, faster than light, provides an alternative healing source for our bodies. Dr. Gabriel Cousins highlighted that the human body benefits from various energy sources, including tachyon energy, sunlight, and raw living foods. Fun fact, our clinic is tachyonized, creating a high-frequency environmental, counteracting negative EMF effects. Our walls are tachyonized, our furniture and some of the crystals around the clinic are also. Linen's life-sustaining vibrations, why certain fabrics enhance well-being and which to choose or avoid becomes clear upon understanding linen's high-frequency vibrations. The supreme vibrational fabrics, linen, wool, and cashmere, offer the highest vibrational benefits. However, it's crucial to avoid wearing wool and linen together due to their conflicting energies, as historical texts and studies suggest, leading to discomfort and energy depletion. Medium vibrational fabrics, neutral fabrics like hemp, organic cotton, and leather aligns more closely with human body frequencies, neither harming nor healing. Lowest vibrational fabrics or dead frequency fabrics diminishes vibrational levels, increasing susceptibility to illness and negative moods. These include synthetic and treated fabrics. So all of the stuff that we are wearing they're considered dead frequency fabrics. They're actually diminishing our vibrational levels. Lowest vibrational fabrics we were talking about medium. So the lowest, yes, the dead frequency fabrics diminish vibrational levels, increasing susceptibility to illness and negative moods. These include synthetic and treated fabrics. The toxicity of low frequency fabrics contrasts sharply with high vibrational ones due to 3 main toxicity sources. So let's see what these 3 sources are. Harmful chemicals. Unlike linen, which requires minimal intervention, cotton demands significant pesticide use, some of which are highly toxic. Microfiber pollution, Synthetic petroleum-based fibers contribute to environmental pollution, affecting marine life and human health. Energetic toxicity. Synthetic fabrics' low vibrations block healing energies, whereas linen promotes vitality and healing. So how many of us are thinking we need to go strictly to linen when it comes to our clothing, our sheets, everything? So let's talk about the miraculous healing benefits of linen. Now that the high vibrational frequencies of linen is well understood, we can proceed to uncover its significant advantages. Linen has miraculous healing benefits. So let's hear. Powerful healing properties. Scientific studies, including the work of Dr. Heidi Crawford Yellen and Rabbi Ben Hiel Yellen, have shown that linen significantly enhances the body's energy fields. Hospitals once used pure linen sheets for their capacity to promote rapid healing, often enabling patients to recover. Where am I? Let's see. Without pharmaceutical intervention. This is why we call sheets linen in general. So imagine that we were using linen sheets back in the day to treat patients with no pharmaceutical intervention. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Okay, so it says linen bandages also expedited wound healing, and patients on linen sheets exhibited reduced occurrences of bed sores. So linen is also radiation and chemical resistant. Linen acts as an excellent filter, guarding against chemical exposure and dust. It reduces solar gamma radiation, offering natural sun protection without toxic chemicals. Additionally, flax fibers sourced from contaminated soil appears resistant to harmful radiation. Linen is also hypoallergenic. One of the most beloved benefits of linen is its ability to swiftly absorb the release moisture up to 20% of its dry weight, ensuring a cooling sensation when in contact with the skin. This feature also wicks moisture away, maintaining healthy skin by preserving moisture and promoting airflow. It has antibacterial qualities. Linen is resistant to bacteria and fungus, making it suitable for use in things like masks. Linen underwear and socks help eliminate odors and infections while providing breathability and uplifting emotions. Linen is also anti-static. Linen is a natural fabric that doesn't accumulate static electricity, thereby eliminating the need for chemical treatments or toxic dryer sheets. This property safeguards against the attraction of radioactive energy from the environment, such as radon, a toxic and radioactive gas. Linen prevents electrostatic charge buildup, which is linked to conditions like restless leg syndrome. Imagine going home with a prescription if you're suffering from restless leg syndrome and your doctor tells you just go home, buy some linen sheets and sleep on linen sheets. That will take care of your restless legs. No, instead you'll go home with a prescription bottle of something for restless leg syndrome that will cause some other side effects. Oh my goodness. I know, I used to be in the field, y'all, so I know exactly what is going on. My goodness. When we know better, we do better. Linen optimizes the nervous system. High vibration fabrics like linen have a calming effect and have been shown to reduce pain. It also helps us sleep. Research reveals that sleeping on linen sheets leads to quicker and deeper sleep, with individuals waking up feeling rejuvenated. Linen's highest vibrational frequency stimulates blood flow, promotes relaxation, and activates the body's innate healing abilities. Linen is soft and strong at the same time. Another benefit of linen fabric is that it grows softer with each use and wash. This inherent durability can extend its lifespan up to 2 decades or more. This resilience, attributed to the silica content in flax fibers, sets linen apart from synthetic fabrics that tend to peel and degrade over time. So although linen may be more expensive to purchase, imagine buying sheets that last 2 decades. Identifying pure linen, look for natural wrinkles, softness with each wash, rapid water absorption, and a cool touch to ensure linen's authenticity. Concluding thoughts. Incorporating high vibration fabrics like linen into daily life can significantly enhance vibrational frequencies and overall well-being. Investing in linen products promote a transformation in both physical and spiritual health. And if you live in desert like we do, so these people live in Tucson, Arizona, then linen is a fantastic option for clothing as well as bedding. It says your well-being matters. Invest in linen sheets and clothing made from the high vibration fabric. Experience its transformative effects on both your physical and spiritual well-being. Linen harmonizes your energy field, amplifies positive intentions and vibrations, and promotes elevated consciousness. And if you have been in our clinic, Tucson Biofeedback, you have probably read our guide, Healing is a Side Effect of Awareness. So consider embracing linen not only for its practical benefits and environmental consciousness, but also for the spiritual upliftment it brings. So there we have it. There we have it. Pretty intense article on linen. Who now wants to run out and buy a bunch of linen sheets and clothing and dump all of the microplastics that we have in our in our closets, in our, drawers? Who is ready to get rid of that junk? I know I am. What about silk? We talked about silk earlier in the article. Let's see, what did it? Let's go back to the article. Silk is good, but where is my article? Here we go. I'm going to go back up here. I know it compared. There was a comparison with silk. Yes. So it says here that linen, the frequency in linen is so much higher. Linen, wool, and cashmere all have 5,000 angstroms. Silk and bamboo only have 15. So that's a huge gap. So linen, wool, and cashmere, those are the top fabrics that we should be using. Not saying that silk is bad, but the frequency is not as high. And I know silk is pretty expensive, so we may want to go with the linen. Does that answer your question, Sister Paula? Sister Zion says, absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah, it's time to start investing in. Let me take this down. Stop sharing the article here. It's time for us to start investing in our future, right? Less is more. Less is more. Let's get rid of all the stuff that we have and buy less of the good stuff. Because if I have sheets that will last 2 decades, I mean, it's definitely worth whatever it costs. It's definitely worth it. Sister Lillian said they mimic silk with rayon. We think it's silk, but it's not. Silk is very expensive. Yes. Yes, and it better say 100% silk on there if we're buying it. So blended fabrics like polyester and cotton or linen and rayon are not only man-made, but they're spiritually mixed. Just like we are supposed to be set apart, our garments should also do the same thing, reflect purity and alignment with the order, divine order. So blends, when we're blending these fabrics together, it disrupts the electromagnetic harmony of the body and can create havoc on our bodies. In essence, what we wear can either enhance or hinder our temple's ability to stay balanced, to stay peaceful, to stay connected to the Most High, because we're just out of sync. Let me put it that way. We're not grounded. So that article that we just read, the previous article, explains the science behind this. Sister Paula says, yes, thank you. I'm going to buy me a new bed and I'm going to make sure the right linen is on it and look like I'm about to get a promotion too. Great news. Well, to get pajamas too. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. The pajamas and the sheets and everything in linen. All praises, sis. So choosing pure natural fibers isn't just a health choice, it's an act of obedience and reverence. When we wear linen, wool, cotton, or silk, we're wrapping ourselves in what the Most High intended. So although the silk isn't as high in the frequencies, it's still fabric that we have been, we have been given the okay to adorn our temples with. These are creation's finest elements. They are untouched and they're uncorrupted. Yes, that's right. That's right, Sister Veronica. A lot of blended fabrics is filled with a lot of toxins. I think you came in. Did you come in while we were watching the video? Did you miss the video or did you come in during the video? So as daughters of Zion, returning to the pure fabrics is part of our holistic restoration. It's restoring our body, our mind, our spirit through natural living. Sister Chin says, Khan, that's what I started doing once I read the whole Bible. I became way more mindful of everything that goes in and on my body. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises to the Most High. So lastly, let's check out what is going on in Ghana and how Ghana is being impacted by an environmental disaster that's caused by the fast fashion items that we're giving away. So when we're giving away items or when we're taking it to some of these places that claim that they're going to give it to the homeless or whatever, sometimes they do not end up here or in the UK, they end up in Ghana. And so there's a reporter, her name is Ashione Ogene. She traveled to the bustling market of Kantamanto in the capital city, Accra, to meet the traders struggling to sell the disposable clothes that we no longer want. So this is where a lot of the clothes, especially from the UK, is ending up. They're ending up in Ghana. So let's take a look at let's watch this video and see what's going on in Ghana with the clothes that no one in the UK primarily wants. Here we go.
Environmental disaster is hitting Ghana's shore. An environmental disaster is hitting Ghana's shores,
only.
And the arrival of fast fashion is making it worse. A once thriving second-hand clothing market is now creating mountains of waste.
All of these fibers are problematic, namely polyester and nylon. Those ones take forever to decompose.
Millions of items a week are going unsold, leaving a damaging legacy.
This is literally a waterfall of waste.
And livelihoods are being lost along the way.
How can I sell it? How can I sell trash?
Imagine that.
Shopper's paradise.
So this video is Ghana, fast fashion's dumping ground by Unreported World. I forgot to mention that earlier, so let's give them the credit that they deserve for creating this documentary.
In Ghana, Traders flock from miles around to buy and sell in the largest second-hand clothing market in West Africa.
This is Kantamanto Market. It's one of the busiest, if not biggest, used clothing markets in the world. Now, there are about 30,000 traders here, and each week millions of items of clothing are coming in here, including garments from the UK. Now, I love to thrift, but I have never seen anything like this before.
This market opened in the late 1950s, selling clothing imported from the UK, locally referred to as dead white man's clothes, because they were seen as high quality. For years, business was booming for retailers here. But that's changing with an influx of fast fashion and substandard items. Abina is one of thousands of independent retailers at Kantamanto who rely on second-hand clothing imports. This cramped market stall has been her life and only source of income for the last 8 years. Now for Abina and her friend Shatta, business is bust. Business is slow and Abina is desperate to make sales.
When you be another but when you be another Nabrame, when we were 9 stops. In Yashana Metomadi.
That's Yanuaba. And on the pay.
And Kantamanto is a market that never stops. All of Abina's clothes come from abroad through a series of middlemen, many of which source their imports from our charitable donations and clothing bins.
So it's 4 a.m. in Kantamanto Market. I've come to meet Abina. Traders get here first thing to get the best pick of the bell. As you can see, like, it's already really busy. Hey! Good morning! Oh, well, it's early, huh? Okay. So every morning you get here at this time?
Yes, I got up early, but today I'm late.
So you meet the importers now?
Yes, I'm going to meet them.
Okay, let's go.
Abina has to buy in bulk, and the quality has become a lottery. One bad buy could break her business. We tag along as she goes to her importer, but it's almost impossible for her to make a choice.
Ladies jacket. Black weight.
The clothes being imported today into Kantamanto are from the UK. But the importers are wary of the camera. They fear it's bad for business.
No. So we've just been stopped from filming Abina. The importers aren't happy that we're here. They don't want us to film what's going on.
Abina has invested in 2 bales, spending over £100 on each one. But she has a tense few days ahead. She won't know what's in them until they're delivered to her stall. Another early morning and the busiest day in the market. It's the day of the big reveal for Abina, and she's praying for good fortune. She needs the clothes to be good quality, or she worries she'll fall into debt. Her friend Shatta is also hoping that today will be a good day for business.
So Abina's bales have just arrived, as you can see, from the UK. It's 6 o'clock. She's already got customers coming in. They want to get the first and best selection of what's coming into the market.
Abina desperately wants to support her family, but as she goes through her bale, the rewards don't appear to be worth the sacrifice.
I don't have any business to go and do, so I have to do it. I have children.
So you're doing this for your family?
I have to work hard to take care of them. You know, Ghana, Yeah, we women, we took care of our children. Most.
So many women at Cantamanto.
Yes, so many are single parents. Yes, so it's not easy.
How difficult is it for you as a mother, getting up every day to come here this early to work and be disappointed?
Yes, because I'll be tired when I get home. I can't cook for them. And I have to get up early and come here in the morning. I don't see them going to school in the morning, coming from school in the afternoon. Always asleep. They are asleep.
The more Abena inspects her stock, the more she's disappointed by the quality.
When they're bringing clothes, the clothes are not clean or new. They're just something like somebody has thrown away. What do you think about it?
It's not good. It's very bad. How can I sell it? How can I sell trash? If you come, will you buy it? You will not buy it.
This is an old H&M top. It's old, it's worn, it's bubbled. It's trash. She can't sell this. It's trash.
As she sorts through the bundle, she finds even more worn-out clothes.
You can see the armpits.
Okay, stained.
Stains, sweat. No one will buy it. If I hang it here, nobody will buy it. So this, like something like this, is trash. Do you understand? Yeah. So I can't sell this one.
Abena picks out a few clothes for the early customers. These are good enough to get sold on, what Abena calls first selection.
So this is Pretty Little Thing, a very popular fast fashion brand in the UK. The clothes are very cheap. You just order it online, it's there the next day. Pretty Little Thing, what else have you got here? George, another Asda. So all of these clothes here are what Abena calls second selection, meaning these aren't first choice for her or her customers. There's so many that I can't pick them up. Over here, first selection, we've only got 4.
This bell has been a disaster for Abena. She'll make just £45 out of her initial £112 investment, losing over half.
So Abena's finished opening her bales now, and you can see the whole place is covered with clothes. Like, you can't even see the floor. The first bell was disappointing, the second was slightly better, but without a doubt, much of this clothing will be going to waste.
Yakwa no matutu nyo mte no price na e wo soro. Tini ye fi se bia omo so makoye mu yie. Ti ye fi se bia e benya de efe. But e wes. Enye. Na masandi aye dwetiri. Na me de akofa ne ma. Me yesusu na me gia na masandi akọ. Nde masandi akọ. Se unya sika nda ho se se.
This is what the West's addiction to fast fashion looks like. And textile waste has now become a huge environmental issue. In 2019, over 63 million kilograms of old clothes from the UK were sent to be sold in Ghana. That figure has doubled in a decade. And this is where those clothes that we donate to charity shops and recycling bins can often end up. 150 trucks full of waste arrive every day at this landfill site. The man in charge here, Ernest Ijawan, tells me it's a huge challenge for the city's authorities, who are dealing with clothes that were made for consumers thousands of miles away.
Do you think that all of the people in the UK or in the US who are sending over these second-hand clothing, do you think they have any idea of where it ends up?
Not really. Something what is sent to African countries, maybe in Ghana, all are useful to us. But the fact is that when the goods get here, some are not useful, and they end up in the waste dump site every day.
Not all textile waste goes to official landfills. Anyone can dump clothes at informal sites springing up all over Accra, where tons of waste from Cantamanto ends up. This is Old Fatima, home to many of Accra's poorest residents.
Now look at this smoke behind me, and what's being burnt? Waste. Some of it textiles waste, which has come from Cantonmanteau Market, unsold clothes, some of which takes about 200 years to decompose. So what do? They have to burn it.
Back in the market, I'm meeting Sammy, a fashion designer turned fashion activist.
He comes here each week to do waste data collection. He wants to see how much people are selling and how much is going to waste.
Hi.
Oh, Sammy, hey!
How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
While some of the wasted clothes from this market are simply damaged or soiled, Sammy is also concerned about the fast fashion items that are often full of plastics.
So basically collecting all the information that comes on here, the type of fiber. So this one has 100% polyester. It was made in Canada.
Okay.
And then also find out the brand. All of these fibers are problematic. There's no single one of them that is not, because none of them easily decomposes. But there's one of them that is more problematic, would be the synthetic ones, namely polyester and nylon. Those ones take forever to decompose.
Every day, Sammy sees clothes from the UK coming here. He estimates 40% of all textiles imported into Cantonmanteau is waste that can't be sold.
What kind of responsibility should the UK be taking for the large amount of textiles that are coming in here?
The idea of the nation is kindness. It's not an insult. And if you think about it, if you're going to donate a piece of clothing or a t-shirt item that has a wine stain or armpit stain, white marks, tears and everything, you would not.
So I got a message. Hello? I got a message saying that the stream was stopped. Did it stream unavailable? Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? This is insane. Shalom, sis.